We have another doghouse. We can draw more dogs at the end of class. Rectangular prism with a triangular prism. All right, I'll leave some space under each of those. Now it's nice, this question told us what shapes that we're going to have. Now, if we were normally doing the surface area of a rectangular prism, there would be 6 sides. In this one, how many sides would we count if we were counting the surface area of this doghouse just on the rectangular prism part? 5 sides? Anybody want to say 4 sides? Okay. So there could be an argument here. Obviously, the top's not included because there's a roof on there, right? But when you're doing the surface area of a doghouse, some people would say you just have the 4 sides because the bottom's going to be on the ground. And some people would say we're doing surface area. I'm imagining this doghouse could be hanging like a piñata or something like that. And then there would be a bottom to it. Then you might consider that there's a bottom. Okay? If there's ever a question like this that you're kind of like think that there could be more than one interpretation, whether it's 4 or whether it's 5, okay? And the math doesn't change by doing one or the other. The math is the same difficulty whether you do one or the other. Then a little explanation. You could just explain, I decided to do 4 because I figured the doghouse would be on the ground, and then it wouldn't be included in the surface area. Or I decided to do 5 because I included the bottom, and you explained that, you could still get full marks.
How's the dog supposed to get in?
If it's in a piñata?
No, it's a doghouse. How can the dog get in?
Well, yeah, we've got some structural and some issues right now without having a door, right?
But you said this is before you put the door in.
Maybe before you put the door on, perhaps. So what do you guys want to do, 4 or 5? 4? More people said 4? Okay. Four sides. This morning we had to flip a coin because half the people wanted 5 and half the people wanted 4. So let's do 4 sides. Can you see that there's going to be 2, they're not all 4 the same? That the rectangles are not all going to be the same here because some of them have a bottom length of 4 and some of them have a bottom length of 6. Now what are the shapes when we figure out the surface area of the sides that are showing as part of the triangular prism? So you've got 2 triangles. And what other shapes? And 2 rectangles. So now that I figured out all the shapes, I'm going to write out my surface area. But instead of writing out formulas like length times width over and over again, there's going to be a little problem with that because my lengths and widths aren't always the same. And if you make an algebraic equation and you choose L for one variable, then every time you use that L, it has to stay the same number. But on some of our rectangles, our lengths and widths are going to change. So to start off with, I'm just going to say on the bottom, the 4 sides that are there, there's going to be 2 rectangles that are 4 by 5 plus 2 rectangles that are going to be 6 by 5. And then once I go to my triangles at the top, I'm going to have 2 triangles where the height is 3 and the base is 4, plus 2 rectangles where the base is 5 and the height is, I don't know. Can you see that on two of those rectangles? We don't know how long they are. Oh, and I made a mistake, right? This shouldn't be 5 here at the bottom. This should be 6. Because this side here is 6, same as the bottom. But I don't know how long this green side is. How am I going to figure that out, Tasha? Yes. So let's draw a triangle. That same triangle with this green side here. I already know the height of that part of the triangle is 3. How long is the base of this right triangle going to be? Go back to our picture up top. That's going to be right here, right? This is the triangle I'm thinking about. It's going to be 2. How did we figure out it's 2? Cut 4 in half. How do you know that both those sides are the same? They look pretty same? Yeah, that's not usually a good argument. These little math lines, those are there to tell you that both of those side lengths are the same. So now that we know this is 2, we can go a squared plus b squared equals, that was our question mark squared. 4 plus 9 is 13, is our question mark squared. Square root that, and we get a lot of numbers. I think I'll store it as x in my calculator because it's 3.6 and a lot more numbers. 3.6 ... So again, by taking this step here, which I have in the blue, which I showed the entire surface area with the shapes, is because sometimes you're going to be in the process of doing that, and it just so happened that we hit the rectangle where we didn't know something right at the end. Maybe you hit that rectangle right in the middle, depending on how you started to think about this question. And then you'd be like, oh, I don't know that. And then you go off to try and find it, and then all of a sudden you're like, where was I? Does that ever happen in math? You're doing a question, you're like, oh, my calculator says 15. I have no idea what I was doing or where I was in the question. I'm lost. So if we can do organizational things that help us see what's happening in the question, we have less chance of getting lost. So that's what I tried to do here. Write out all the shapes. I didn't know this one, so that made me go off topic here to find that. But now that I've got it back, I was like, oh yeah, that's what I was doing. I was listing everything. So now I can go to my calculator and I can do 2 times 5 times 4 plus 2 times 6 times 5 plus 2 times 4 times 3 divided by 2, because that's a triangle, plus 2 times 6 times 3.6. Can you try it on your calculator? I'll try it on mine. I got 155.3. You could, because you're going to divide by 2 and also times by 2, so those will cancel out. So you'll just get 12 there. And this is, what are we using for units? Feet. And we're doing area, so it'll be feet squared. Anybody else get 155.3? Good? All right. All right, someone else. I did. I'm recording right now. I can stop it though. I'm done. Okay, yeah, it is recording and now